Greetings, Earthling. I am Uncle Mike. This is Commander Cindy, and we are on the road going back to home base after an 8-night staying in 3 states and 4 KOA Voyager Mission. So we thought we'd drive here and talk about our thoughts about what we did, where we stayed, and all of that. So let's go in order.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the first place that we stayed at was in Murphy, North Carolina, on the way to Tullahoma, Tennessee. So, Commander Cindy, what did you think about Murphy Peace Valley KOA?
The setting where it was spectacular. It was on the river. It was wooded. It felt like you were out camping. I felt the spaces, some of them were a bit close.
Yeah, we were we were literally like
on top of the people next to us.
Yeah, and then of course there was a cabin right next to us too.
Right.
There, so yeah, I understand that. Yep, I agree.
The bathrooms, the bathhouse was, I think, comparable to a clean state park bathroom. Oh,
absolutely. I mean, you could tell that it was it was a private campground that became a KOA, I think, right? And so you kind of tell that the things everything was dated, but everything was very nice and up, it was very. But
oh yeah,
the number one thing about that KOA, the number one thing was
the 1-acre dog park.
Yes, all the grass. That was epic to watch Kona run around in there. Gosh, she just was having just the time of her life.
And you saw an otter in the river?
Yeah, there was an otter there, and people said that they have caught trout out of the river. So, yeah.
It was pretty.
It was beautiful.
And a small boutique, as you call it.
Yeah, it was very small. So
that's good.
Yep. And then we spent only just one night there because it was kind of a transient stop on our way to Tennessee. So we didn't have a uber long day to get to Tennessee. And so we broke it up over a 2-day drive. And so then, of course, the drive through the Ocoee, or as we like to call it, Coffee now, the Coffee Canyon, on our way to Tullahoma was amazing.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. It's a drive there. That's in the corner of Tennessee, North Carolina, and Georgia. So and South Carolina, I guess, too, is over there. So yeah, it's beautiful and it's amazing. So we made our way to Tullahoma, and Tullahoma wasn't where we stayed. We stayed at Manchester KOA, and
because there were no campgrounds in Tullahoma.
Yeah, because Tullahoma is really, it's an old World War II, and, it has a lot of military history there because, for me, with my aerospace background, Arnold Air Force Base, that's out there, and the Arnold Engineering Development Center, that's where they have the big NACA wind tunnels from back in the day. And so there's a lot of history out there, but there wasn't really any campgrounds that we liked. But of course, I was looking at state parks when we were looking.
Yeah.
And then And then we started with one, we tried KOA. So this really became our KOA trip to try out KOA. So we stayed at Manchester KOA. And so, yeah. Commander Cindy, what'd you think of Manchester KOA? That good, huh? Okay.
The showers were very nice.
Showers. I'm trying to remember the. Oh yeah, the showers. Yeah,
Except when they flooded.
Yeah, up at the bathhouse, up at the main house or whatever.
That's about it.
Yep. So yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, kind of compare and contrast. It had, you know, it's a KOA, so they had, you know, some things to do, and they had a dog park, but the dog park was really bad because it was in the woods, and it was like, well, it was
tiny.
Yeah, it was a quarter the size of our backyard. I mean,
yeah,
at that. And it was just in the woods, so it didn't have any grass or anything. It was just dirt.
It was like 10 by 20.
Yeah, it was like an afterthought, really. Like,
yeah.
Where can we put a dog park? Because that's what KOAs, you know, have now, or something like that. So yeah, that sucked. And the other thing that sucked was we like camping, right? It's I've talked about it in previous Voyager missions. Is we like the community. We like meeting people. We like talking to them. Right, and where they like to go, where they've been, and all that kind of stuff.
And nature.
In nature, yeah, in nature. And then Manchester did have this little, on their back acreage, a little walking trail that Kona and I did. And so that was aight, but it's just a field that they mowed with so they had around the outskirts, so it's nothing really special. Or anything. It's like a walking track, you know, that's what it was. But we like the community of camping. And Manchester KOA, check out this. We've been by here before. This is a
railroad bridge.
Cool railroad bridge. All concrete, but that's pretty cool. Yeah. But Manchester KOA, it's a transient KOA, and the reason being is because it's right along I-75 in Manchester.
24, 75.
75? I don't know. It's right along the interstate in
like
Manchester.
Right on the interstate.
Yeah, like right on the interstate. So you can hear everything going by, and therefore the people who are staying there are also more interstate people. So you got these huge rigs that were showing up at night, they were gone in the morning. We were there over a weekend because we actually went to Tullahoma for me to fly, which I really didn't know I was going to actually be in the competition, so it was a lot of fun, but to go out there for a radio controlled glider contest. And so I'll put footage of that here in the video. So, but it really is a transient. It was on a weekend and stuff, and so, but it still just seemed like you had people that were not campers. You know, we did talk to several people, and they were heading through, right?
Yeah.
They were heading back. Most of them were heading back to Florida.
Oh yeah.
So
met a lot of people from Florida.
Yeah. So yeah, I understand. So we spent 3 nights there. Had a great time with Don at the radio control glider competition called the Possum Toss. I actually won the coveted prize, which basically I was
the worst.
Yeah, I was the worst. Yeah, I was. Yeah, that's what it was. So I got the best trophy. I got the first trophy for the worst, for being worst. And so yeah, which is pretty cool because it was called the Possum Toss. So
I do like a good worst, though.
You do like a good worst, yeah. Oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. But tradition, we'll have probably pizza and wings tonight as tradition of the night we arrived from our camping trip. And this was a big camping trip for us. So.
floating high up on a feeling. Whoa, oh, oh. Above the clouds where there's no rooftop, no ceiling. Whoa, oh, oh. Into a place where the light can't come, eclipse the sun. This is heavenly. All I want, all I need is right here next to me. It can't get better than this. No, 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 no. It can't get better than this. No, 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 no. This is so divine, 'cause right now is the time for us to feel alive. This is heavenly bliss. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't get better than this. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All my friends, all my people right here next to me. Whoa, oh, oh. 'Cause when we're here all together, it's like family. Whoa, oh, oh. We didn't know it could be this good. No, 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 no. Serendipity. Right here is the place where we're supposed to be. It can't get better than this. No, 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 so no. It can't get better than this. No, 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 no. This is so divine, 'cause right now is the time for us to feel alive. This is heavenly bliss. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't get better than this. Yeah, 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 Can't get better than this. Oh, can't get better than this. Oh, can't get better than this. Oh, this is heavenly bliss. This is heavenly bliss. No, 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 no. It can't get better than this. No, 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 no. This is so divine, 'cause right now is the time for us to feel alive. It's the time. This is heavenly bliss. Yeah, 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 yeah. I can't get better than this. Get better than this. Oh, oh.
45 seconds until window.